Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button for me if you enjoy the video, and drop your comments. Love to get the comments. They help me tremendously. And Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Officially Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you guys had a great New Year's. And I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to try to power through this quickly as I can. Might cough a little bit here and there, but I had to put this one out because I think the Knicks, there were stretches there where they played the best basketball I've seen them play. Like this grouping of players. I mean, even though they had that 8-game win streak, the way they played today, I mean, they got off to a tremendous start against the Phoenix Suns. They beat them. Well, let's get to the numbers here. 102-83. And let me tell you, they got off to a tremendous start. They held the Suns to 11 points in that first quarter. Now, I know they're missing Devin Booker, but they got CP3 back. And this team was on fire coming in to this game. They were averaging, I believe, in the past 4 games, like over 45% from the three-point line. I think 48%. And the Knicks held them down to 27%. Yes. Outstanding. And they only allowed them to score in the first half 31 points. That's right. They went into the half. Knicks were up 54-31. And they had built a bigger lead. And towards the end of that second quarter, they let the Suns kind of get back in. I think they had like a 7-0 run or something. So I think they gave them a little bit of life. But the Knicks were able to come out in that third quarter and keep them at bay. They did lose that quarter just by 2. It was 27-25. But then, when you went into the fourth quarter, it just looked like there was no chance for the Suns. And the Knicks just held on for a really impressive almost 20-point. Well, yeah, almost 20-point lead, 19-point lead. And I'll break it down. But let me tell you, this guy right here. This guy heard MVP chants. MVP chants at Madison Square Garden. How it just shows how people can be redeemed so quickly. And it shows that but it's genuine. Like I talked about in the previous game, when he made that cross-court pass, when he got doubled in the corner there in the baseline, he got it to Grimes for that open 3. That's a huge difference. That's his type of play now. He's so much better than he was in 2020 and 21. He is making the better decisions, faster decisions. He's even involving Mitch in the game. I don't even remember in that year. Well, Mitch only played 30-something games in that season, but still, Julius wasn't the guy who was finding the big man for a dunk. He wasn't, but now he is. But even though he 28 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists, he didn't do it alone. This was a team effort. Look at Mitch Robinson gets a double-double, and he had a nice block, a couple nice blocks. How many blocks did Mitch have for this game? Let's see here. Go to the next one here. He only gets credit for 1. That's wild. Well, but look, he got 2 dimes. Oh, but Grimes, incredible. Julius finds Grimes cutting. Excuse me. And Grimes looks it behind him to Mitch cutting for the dunk. Outstanding play. Grimes he played a very, very nice game. 12 points. He did need 9 shots to get the 12 points. But those 5 dimes he had were fantastic. And he even had a block. He blocked, who was it that he blocked? Oh, Mikal Bridges. He just played him. I mean, I don't think you can find a better example of defense right there. The way he used his body without fouling and then going up and blocking the shot. I mean, Mikal was only like about 3 feet away from the basket. I was blown away when I saw that. I was outstanding. And Emmanuel quickly. Another excellent game for him. 15 points, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 50% there, 50% overall. 5 rebounds for him. Only 3 assists this time because a lot of time, the ball isn't in his hands now as often as it has been because Jalen Brunson returned. He played 39 minutes in his return. Got 24 points, shot 8 of 18, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 4 rebounds, and 6 dimes for him. So look at that. We had what, 3 guys in the starting unit, all with at least 5 assists or more, and the other 2 all had assists as well. Look, Mitch had 2, and Quickly had 3. So this was a nice, even though 26 assists isn't like a super high number overall, but the starting unit really were looking for each other. They were playing for each other. I was loving it. I was loving it. So we had IQ now playing the role of RJ, and he played it very well, admirably. And there was such balanced scoring on this team. The second unit is still a concern in terms of being able to put up points. That'll change once RJ returns, I imagine. But I would definitely like to see a little more out of Hartenstein, and even Deuce. I mean, Deuce, he played 18 minutes, only put up 2 shots, 3-pointers. He hit one of them. Fournier was involved once again. Played 14 minutes. Even he, at first, when he first came into the game, he looked a little bit lost on the defensive end, but even then, he kind of got it together. He actually started contributing. You know, he was getting hands up, disrupting shooters, clogging passing lanes. Let's see, how many, did he get any steals credited? He didn't get credit for any steals, but he definitely ended up with the ball on a deflection here and there. The Knicks only committed 7 turnovers. 7 turnovers. Another sub 10 turnover night game for them. Awesome. I'm telling you, this was some of the best, especially that first half, was some of the best basketball I've seen these Knicks play. The only DMP, Cam Reddish. So we know that there must be some kind of a handshake deal between his agent and Leon, where they're not going to play him until they find a new home for him, because they don't want to risk him getting hurt. And he is a bit injury prone. Not a bit. He is injury prone. So I get it, but still, I don't like it. I think this was an opportunity. If that is the case, this was an opportunity this past stretch of games for him to had upped his trade value. Instead, he's just sitting there with moss growing all around him. We even emptied the bench. We got Svi in there. We got Ryan Archiadano. I think that's how you say his name. But all around, fantastic game for these Knicks. The plus minus, nothing too revelatory, other than, if you notice, Hartenstein was a -5. And so in a night where, in a day, because it was an afternoon game, where everyone is just lighting it up, playing great basketball, and then you see Hartenstein, there's something going on with him. He needs to find his groove. I wish that Thibs, like I said before, would utilize what he can actually provide that no one else does, which is a playmaking big. You know, get him on that free throw line, on the left side or right side, and make him, find cutters. We've seen glimpses of it, but it's just not enough. Thibs is actually trying to transform him into a Mitch Robinson type, which doesn't make any sense. Why do that? Why add somebody with his passing skill set, and then transform him into something we already have? Seems odd to me, because he'll never be the kind of physical presence in the paint that Mitch Robinson is. He never will be that. So that's something to keep an eye on. But man, look at Julius. He didn't have one offensive rebound. There were all 16 were defensive rebounds. But again, his most impressive stat here: 1 turnover. Only one turnover for Julius Randle. Remember that? Fullius Randle, Fullius handle. Remember that? It dribbles off his foot constantly. That guy's gone. I haven't seen him make a mistake like that in weeks. It's been weeks. I'm stunned by the turnaround that he has made, and he deserves all the love. When you play that hard and you play within the frame a team framework, and it helps everyone else be better, then he deserves all the love. Shout out to him for that. I mean, outstanding. Excuse me. Brunson, it took him a little bit, like a quarter, to get in the groove. I don't think he even scored in the first quarter. But then he finally got in the groove, and he gave us 24 points. The guy's a machine. He's just unbelievable competitor. Again, I don't know why he needed to play 39 minutes or Julius even 40 minutes in this particular game, but that is a Tom Thibodeau coach team. We know that. I asked the question knowing the answer. The Phoenix Suns, nobody scored 20 points or more. Nobody even scored more than 12. And that was Ayton, who got off to a good start at first and then just got neutralized. Got neutralized by Mitch. CP3, 11 shots for 11 points. Not efficient. Mikal Bridges also was rendered ineffectual. 10 points on 11 field goal attempts. And this guy, what's his name? Wainwright. Man, he's a beast. He was there for a little stretch when the Suns made a little bit of a comeback to get back in this game, but it didn't look like they ever really had a chance. This didn't feel like one of those games where the Knicks built up a big lead and we're going to come out in the third quarter and surrender it. Didn't feel like that at all in this game because there was something that was clicking with this team, a confidence that was clicking with them that, I mean, we've seen it, but not to this level. That's what I was seeing. I was just sitting there enjoying. I was like, wow, this is some great basketball these guys are playing right now on both ends. It was a defensive clinic in the first quarter, and then then they started lighting it up. So I'm totally blown away by this win. And the Knicks haven't beaten the Suns in 9 games. So they only play twice a year. So it's almost 5 years. 5 years. You can see here the Knicks shot almost 49% overall. They shot almost 40% from the three-point line, 13 of 33. Got to the charity. The charity stripe is still, a little like what's going on. Look, 68%. People were missing. Brunson, I think, missed several. I know he definitely missed 2 at one point. I think Randle missed 2. So that's 4. This league could even have been bigger. Let's see what else we got here. The assists, 26, like I said, to 22. The turnovers, the Suns didn't even commit a turnover. Look at that. Also, the Knicks had not committed a foul in the first half. I don't think that's ever happened for me watching the Knicks game. I don't know. I have to look that up. But they didn't commit a foul in the first half. So those 13 fouls were all committed in the second half by the Knicks. The largest lead, at one time, it was 32 points. And the Knicks were down 4, and that was only in the very beginning of the game. The points in the paint, Knicks were +8 there. And fast break points, it wasn't that kind of a game. The Knicks only had 2 credited, but I could swear, there was like a 3-on-2 at one point. Knicks weren't able to convert. But I think they picked up the foul. Just excellent game. Excellent game for them. I hope that this is the beginning of a nice stretch for the Knicks. They play, let's see, who do we play? They play the Spurs next on Wednesday, which we just lost to the Spurs. So let's hope that the Knicks take care of business here, because I'm not taking anything for granted at this point. I'm not assuming any win is an easy win moving forward, especially on a team that's still missing one of its 3 best players, RJ. Because at any time, guys can go cold. We've seen Brunson, have a cold stretch. He was kind of cold leading up to his injury, like the previous 5 games or so. Excuse me. The one thing is, though, Randle doesn't look like he's going to cool off at all. So that's something comforting. That's a comforting thing. But you never know. You never know. I'm not taking it for granted. The Spurs are coming in on Wednesday, and then on Friday, the Knicks play the Raptors. It would be beautiful for the Knicks to take care of business there. They go to Toronto to play them there. And then after that, they play the Bucks at MSG on January 9th. And on January 11th, a Wednesday, they play the Indiana Pacers. And that's going to be another really interesting game. To me, the Indiana Pacers game was going to be the most pivotal game of that win streak stretch. And it proved itself to be. But however, then pretty soon after that losing streak came. But teams can't win every game. But they were competing. They were in them. It just, a lot of that came down to some poor in-game management by Thibodeau himself. So I like the idea of the Knicks staying out of those situations, just playing solid, just shutting teams down, keeping them under 100 points, and just grinding them down into a pulp, and then winning that way. Because the close games, the team still hasn't really figured out how to execute those end game scenarios. But maybe they did learn something through the mistakes of recent. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's hope. Let's have our fingers crossed on that. Man, great win. Great way to start 2023. The Knicks are now 20-18. They are firmly in 7th place. Let's see here. Yep. Just a half game behind the Indiana Pacers. Yeah. So it'd be, man, I think the Pacers are playing today. I'm not sure. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this. Survived it without having a coughing fit, which I'm happy. Again, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so and hit the thumbs up button and drop your comments. Love the comments. And just stay tuned. We'll be doing more pregame shows and more recaps and analytical videos and all that jazz. All right, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. If this is your first time here, please subscribe, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.